Okay, we're good here. Okay, we're good here. YouTube is up.
Okay. Then I'm calling the public portion of our May 20th business meeting back into order after having had an executive session. And the first thing we'll do is the Pledge of Allegiance, and thank you for displaying the flag for us. So let's do it all together.
Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Boy, we sound awful when we're talking over each other. One drawback of this Zoom meeting. Okay, for emergency evacuations, the people in the boardroom are very familiar with how to leave the building in case of an emergency. It's a smoke-free campus everywhere, so no smoking. And now we're going to board consent agenda. Additional election inspectors. So, is there anybody who wants to make a motion to approve additional people to act as election inspectors?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, Cameron, and a second, and I need it verbally because I don't see you. Who's doing a second? Is that Jack seconding? Okay. Any questions or discussions? Okay, all in favor, raise your hand. And Jack, if you can see everybody and count everybody.
Yep, that's unanimous.
Unanimous, thank you so much. Next we have a motion to accept, to authorize Ingram and Smith to engage in joint representation of the Smithtown Central School District, South Country Central School District, and the Three Village Central School District in an action against health plan and other named defendants. There a motion to approve that joint representation agreement?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. And a second?
A second.
Okay, Mr. Nix. Any questions or discussion? There being none, all in favor, raise your hand. And again, Jack, you'll
Unanimous.
unanimous, thank you. We have no public commentary because we're doing this meeting remotely, and that's being permitted by an order of our governor, an executive order. I think, wait, yes, I believe that's your report that's coming up next. Okay. Yes, please take over.
Okay, I got a couple of items just to report on this afternoon. First, as a reminder, Friday, the 22nd, and Tuesday, the 26th, have been designated as social emotional days, where no assignments or work can be given to students, and all faculty and staff will be offline. Our remote learning site will continue to be open and available for families with suggested social emotional activities if they choose to visit the site. However, it's my recommendation to shut off the computer and put down the packets and take some time for your own social emotional wellness. And second, and also as a reminder, with Memorial Day on Monday, we will be delivering a 4-day supply of meals on Friday the 22nd with our grab and go. We'll start distribution of the grab and go meals on Tuesday the 26th. Now that all the updates on our President Hayes.
Okay, so next would be, that's it for your report, completely?
That's it.
Okay, all right. Well, then we have trustee and advisory committee reports. Since the advisory committees have not been meeting, we don't have that. Does anybody have anything they want to let the other board members know about? Any feedback from the remote learning that we're doing, or?
Just a question, President Hayes. On our board agenda, there seems to be a list of questions and answers. I don't know if that was disseminated to the public already?
See, that may be from a previous meeting. Where?
Lisa is correct. If you look under paragraph D, which is public commentary that's been suspended, then there's typing for the rest of the page, and it's in a much bigger font than the rest of the agenda.
Yeah, that was from a previous, just carried over. And that,
Double checking, all right, so that information's been disseminated.
yeah, that's to be deleted off of there now. Thank you.
Okay. So that's a good piece of housekeeping to have done. Any other announcements or comments anybody wants to make? Wow. Then we go down to, I think, the board meeting calendar for next year, Dr. Gianni.
We have one item for discussion this afternoon, and that is the board meeting calendar. I've developed a calendar similar to last year's meeting calendar, absent all the additional meetings that we have had due to this pandemic. And I offer the calendar for the board's review and consideration and action for next year. As I said, it's pretty much similar, has the reorg on the 1st, which is a little sooner than I think this current year. But other than that, it's pretty similar.
All right. Does anybody have any questions or discussion on this? Nope, it's all okay?
I think we need to make a motion and then open for discussion.
That's true, that's the correct way to do it. And so, would you like to make the motion, Mr. Santo?
Motion made.
You made the motion, and is there a second?
I'll second.
Oh, boy, I got two voices there. Which one is gonna do it?
The hot commodity, I'll give it to Cameron.
All right, Mr. Trent seconded, and now if there's any discussion on it or questions, let's take that now.
Well, if I may, President Hayes, while I won't be sitting in on these meetings with you, I'm just going to pass along my beliefs based on many years of experience on the board. When it comes to board meetings from January on, you're very busy building a budget. So the only time to make substantive changes typically is from September to December. September, you do have 2 meetings, and you're going to be very busy with typically what happens the beginning of the school year. No matter how well you plan, there's a lot of things that come up. I can't even begin to imagine what next September is going to be like in light of what we've experienced with the coronavirus. You're going to be very busy. That said, if the board has any major initiatives and major changes that they want to make programmatically, you're left with 3 meetings to do so. Again, I won't be here with you, but in regards to making changes in the district, you need to meet to do that, and I think you have 2 few meetings, so I'll leave it at that.
I think you've made an excellent point, and I agree that I think we need more meetings, and I think that what Mr. Santo has pointed out is even in a so-called normal year, we would we would probably not have enough meetings to accomplish anything substantively in the first part of that year. And now with all the coronavirus issues that have arisen, I think we're going to need more. So Dr. Chiani, I would actually like to see the budget, not the budget, but the calendar reworked so that we've got two meetings a month in order to cover everything. I'm anticipating we're gonna need them.
Sorry, and I don't know if you can see me or not, but I have my hand up. I disagree. It's been like this for a long time. If we need to add a meeting, we could always add a special meeting. It's really not an issue. The problem you run in November, December is navigating around holidays. It's a little difficult. So I don't see why we just wouldn't add one later on if we needed it.
But I think if we needed to add one around the holidays, it would be difficult because we all have different schedules. I feel like if we put one on the schedule now, we would plan for it ourselves, ahead of time.
So you're suggesting that if we include it on the schedule and then it turns out we don't really need it, that at that point we just wouldn't hold that meeting?
Well, that would be easier than having the need to meet, but having to coordinate schedules. We know how difficult that is, coordinating schedules already.
I actually think it's harder because then, now you publish a calendar, a meeting, and then if you cancel it, you have to notify the public versus just adding it. Because if you're gonna add a meeting to December, now you're talking a week before Christmas. And the school breaks and everything else, it becomes difficult to do. So.
Well, that may be, I don't mean to interrupt you, but in terms of calendaring, maybe we should look at it and say, okay, in December, it's gonna be one meeting. And then we look back for, July through November, how can we put some more meetings in there?
Now you're in 3 meetings a month prior to November. I just.
Well, you don't have
We've never needed it before, is all I'm getting at. My years, I know it's different, Lisa's opinion. It's just, whatever you want to do, it just seems unnecessary. I thought if it was necessary, the administration would have recommended it. That's just my 2 cents.
Well, we've never had a year like the one that we're having right now. And I think that some of the program building that Ms. DeSanto's talking about is what the first few months of the next school year are gonna be involved with. So,
But we don't build programs, the administration does, we just approve them. I get what you're saying, I don't know. Melissa has her hand up, I guess, maybe you want to chime in, but.
To what Chris is saying, I do tend to agree with him in terms of the December meeting. If you are looking to add another meeting, I think the area in which you can do it is, although I know summer can be challenging, although I don't think the summer is going to be as challenging, maybe adding another August meeting. I do think that might be the time where we might be putting a little bit more pen to the paper, not knowing what September is going to look like. That is my only suggestion, but to this point right now, I do understand what Lisa's saying. November and December look like the only months that we don't have 2 meetings, where you do have the holidays, and I feel like if we have something that comes up, we could add one. My only suggestion would be to add one to August, because I do think we're gonna be getting a lot of information over the course of the next few months that we'll need for September.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Anybody else got comments?
I mean, I'm not going to be here either, but just looking for the calendar, it seems that, the summer, we've been meeting every week now, so I would add some meetings in the middle of July there. I mean, you're going from July 1st to July 22nd. You can definitely have a meeting in between there, and then jump all the way to August 19th, just like Melissa said. It makes sense to add maybe one in early August, because I'm sure you're going to be calling special meetings anyway, as we have here. Makes sense to just add them in.
So, Lisa, why don't you take your motion off the table and we can revisit it?
I think Is there a time period within which we're supposed to approve a budget, Dr. Gianni?
For the calendar, you mean?
Yes, I'm sorry, yes, the calendar.
Well, you obviously need to do it in time for the reorg meeting, so you probably, I would suggest that you get it done next meeting, so you could do it.
Can we ask, Dr. Gianni, you break it up, I'm sorry if I'm talking over you, I can't hear you.
I could bring it back, next meeting, if I'm free.
Can we ask the superintendent if he thinks we need extra meetings?
Sure.
Yeah, I
Can
don't.
I ask?
I don't think we do. I do see the point with the August 5th. And if we were gonna add one, that's where I would put it. Because it would be the opening of the school and it is a block where you have a break where you can fit one in and it'll be every other week meeting. I think meeting every week is totally unnecessary. And if you were gonna add one, I would have added on the 5th, August 5th, and that's it. And then anything else you could do on the fly if you need it.
I didn't hear anybody suggesting that it be every week, but
No.
rather just adding.
Well, if you started to add things in July, you would have to either move meetings around or you'd have it one after the other.
Well, right, which is why to agree to have the extra meeting now so that it's in there. And we're not going to end up having a meeting every week for a period.
What about August 4th? I did walk away for a second, you might have said that. August 4th would then put you at, I'm sorry, not August 4th, August 5th.
Yeah, that's what I just,
I'm sorry, I walked away, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
that's what you suggested and I agreed with it.
Okay, I'm sorry, I had to walk away for a second, I apologize.
August 5th is where I would put it.
Okay? I think that would be good because I think there's going to be a lot of issues that are going to come up between now and whenever we think school's going to start again.
Yeah, and a lot of those issues are still unknown, right? And
Right.
the board will have the opportunity to change their meetings if they so need to or choose to at that time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so, we had a motion and a second. We've had some discussion. And if we vote, it's going to be approving the budget, or that budget on the mind these days. A vote to approve the calendar for the next school year. Or Dr. Gianni, can you bring it back to us the next time with the addition of the one in August, and then it takes care of the issue?
Well, you could do it tonight. You could simply, somebody withdraw their motion and make a motion with amended adding August 5th. And then-
Okay. All right, so Ms. DeSanto, would you like to withdraw your motion?
I would be happy to.
Okay, and who was the second on this one?
That would be me.
Mr. Trent?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so that motion, it's okay then to withdraw
Absolutely.
that motion?
And then I would recommend to accept the board meeting calendar as written with the addition of Wednesday, August 5th.
Okay, so is there a motion to approve the district calendar with an amendment of the meeting on August 5th? And who wants to make that motion? Again, you'll have to say it out loud. Is that Mr. Ruda?
Yes.
Okay, you made the motion. And is there a second? I need verbal. Mr. Trent, okay.
Mhm.
And then we have, do you have any questions or concerns to raise right now? No further discussion. We'll now take a vote. All in favor, raise your hand. And Jack, you're gonna call the
Yep, that's unanimous.
unanimous, okay.
We can't do it up, so.
Well,
What people present?
that's
You're-
okay, we have more than a
Yes,
quorum.
with Chris absent.
Right, so,
Yep.
right, everybody else, it's unanimous. All right. Next thing would be board consent agenda on business.
Yeah, we only have business, one item, this evening, so administration recommends approval of business item reflected in schedule I-1.
All right. Who would make the motion to approve item I-1?
All motion.
A motion by Mr. Nix, a second by anyone?
I'll second that.
Ms. DeSanto?
Yes.
Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, raise your hands. Okay, and Mr. Nix, could you count the votes?
Yep, all of those that are present, unanimous.
All right, and by all those present, you mean everybody except for Chris and Mr. Parker, who was not here at the beginning of the meeting.
That's correct.
Okay. Next, oh my goodness, closing remarks by board members. All right, I'll start with Mr. Trent.
I don't have anything.
Mr. Pacini,
You see what's going
still off. Mr. Nix,
Looking forward to being socially distant at graduation with everyone soon.
and Ms. DeSanto,
Wishing everyone continued health.
and Ms. Saruda.
The same, looking forward to graduation and continued health, enjoy the Memorial Day weekend and break, and get outside and enjoy some fresh air.
Okay, and I would second everything that Ms. DeSanto and Ms. Aruda said. And I look forward to seeing each one of you on the Zoom meetings so that we can stay in contact. Any other comments? Then I need a motion to adjourn the meeting. And
I'll
that,
make the motion.
I knew it, it's your motion.
I have to get back to work.
Mr. Trent made the motion, who will second it?
I'll second.
Mr. Nix, second. Any discussion on this? Seeing none, all in favor? Again, that one's unanimous,
Unanimous.
with the exception of Mr. Pacini and Mr. Parker. Okay. That concludes the meeting.
Okay, see you all next week,
Thanks.
folks. Take care. Hope you feel
Stay
better.
healthy, stay healthy, everybody.
Bye all.
Bye-bye.